Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dr. Taylor, Aspire Chiropractic. Today I want to talk to you about your feet or your foot or both of them, one of them. I don't know how many you got. Most people got two. So I want to talk to you about your foot. Specifically, I want to talk to you about these high price point shoes like these Hokas or all the other ones that are supposed to maintain your arch. Stop buying them. Just knock it off. Stop buying these expensive shoes to maintain the position of your foot. So you've got 26 bones in each of your feet, right? So just by the feet alone makes up about 20% of the bones in your entire body. So if we've got our leg coming down here, we've got our heel bone, we got a whole mess of bones right in here, and then we've got our toes coming out, right? And we've got our, there we go, toes. And we've got a real important piece of tissue under here called your plantar fascia. Now, everyone has probably heard of something called plantar fasciitis. Basically, itis means inflammation. So your plantar fasciitis is inflammation of this big swath of tissue on your foot, okay? Now, we get these shoes. They're $100, $150, $200, something like that. And what do? They're told, we want to maintain your arch. When your foot is just hanging there, there's no ground underneath it, it should have an arch. When you're standing on it, it's okay that your arch goes away because your arch is not supposed to stay in contact. Yeah, your arch isn't supposed to stay in contact like that when there's pressure put on this thing. If there's no pressure on the foot, you should have an arch in there. But when you're standing on it, when the weight of your entire body is on one or both of your feet, this thing is supposed to flatten out. Because wearing these orthotic shoes, we'll call them, is a lot like constantly wearing a brace on any joint. Let's take an ankle brace, for instance. Why do you wear a brace? You wear a brace to help support a joint, okay, to help maintain a certain position of the joint. But these joints here, when you're standing, we want that position to be flat. Like, it's okay that it's flat. What we want in the long run is we want this plantar fascia to be able to spring up when you go to walk. So as soon as this foot toes off, got our bones here in the middle like that. When you toe off, that's where that spring comes from to propel you forward, okay? When we're wearing shoes that constantly maintain that arch, even when there's weight on the foot, it takes away that ability to spring. So standing on your feet here, just like that, we want that thing flattened out. That's okay. It's not a bad thing. Now, when we go to step, we want that spring, that plantar fascia to contract to propel us forward. But if this thing is constantly maintained, even under load in an arch, then that plantar fascia right there, it loses its contractile ability. It loses its springing ability. So it basically takes the stress that tissue needs to maintain its integrity. Going back to the ankle brace thing, if you wore an ankle brace all the time, you would start to lose the tensile strength. You start to lose the integrity of the stuff that holds your whole foot together. And then what happens? Oh, here's even a better example. Have you ever had a cast? And ideally, for this example, a cast on your leg. Have you ever broken your leg? What happens? You put a cast on. After 4 to 6 weeks, they take the cast off. What does your calf look like? If you've ever seen it, it's just floppy. It's damn near unusable. Why? Because you have maintained in the cast this L-shaped position of your ankle. Obviously, your calf kind of pulls up here like that. You maintain that position. The calf doesn't get used. The calf atrophies. It loses its ability to stay contracted. It loses its turgidity, if you will, to borrow a textbook word. And what you have to go through physical therapy to build strength back up in your calf, along with all the other muscles in your lower leg and foot. If you're constantly wearing something like a Hoka or the other shoes with the high arches, that's going to do the same thing to the bottom of your foot. What's going to happen when you take those shoes off? Your feet are going to hurt because you've maintained this arch that's not essentially necessary in your day-to-day movement. You want something with a little bit of a flatter sole. You don't want something, hell, even if you've got flat feet, you don't want a shoe that's going to push your naturally flat foot up into this arch position. Because what it's going to do, I'll say it's unnatural for this type of foot, right? This is a position that a flat foot is not used to being in. You want to get a shoe with an arch support that's going to support the natural shape of your foot. Don't try and push it. Don't try and make it something it's not. Just take it for what it is and support it in that context. But only support it when it's absolutely necessary. When you're just walking around the house, when you're just walking around just walking around the mall or the grocery store, just wear regular shoes. Let your foot do the work. That's what it's supposed to do. Now, if you've got trouble with the tissues under here, if you've got plantar fasciitis, if you've got inflammation, by all means, let's take care of that inflammation. Let's take care of the damaged tissue that's there so this thing can work how it was designed to work. So these 26 or 52 bones can be in the alignment that they're designed to be in. So, Dr. Taylor, you're a chiropractor. You adjust spines. What can you do with the foot? We can do a whole lot with the foot. This thing supports the whole body and is absolutely influenced by the position of your feet, duh, your ankles, duh, your knees, yeah, that makes sense. Your hips, okay, yeah, I'll follow that. Your knees, so that right, your hips, your pelvis, and your low back. Because remember, this thing is holding all of this stuff up. So if anything up here is out of whack, it's going to put different pressure directly down on your feet. So we want to make sure this whole thing is aligned and in balance so this thing can be aligned and in balance. But again, Dr. Taylor, my foot hurts. How is adjusting my spine going to help that? Once we get this balanced, that'll take the stress off the foot. We'll also use SoftWave. We've got that here in our office. It's our tissue regeneration machine. Because if you've got plantar fasciitis, you've got tissue damage. We need to repair the tissue itself. If you come in here with a foot problem, we're not going to ignore your foot. So there's a whole lot of physics that goes into all of this. There's a whole lot of anatomy. And again, it's a lot more than just the stuff going on in the feet, even though that's where the pain is. So if this makes sense to you, if this is something that kind of flicked a light switch, by all means, give our office a call or walk right through that door. It's a lot more than neck pain, back pain, and headaches in here. It's the entire body. It's the entire person. Right here at Aspire Chiropractic, we're ready to help you when you're ready to be your best, naturally.